Like a ghost in the night, the Confederacy awoke from its slumber, limped into a Slidell bank, robbed it, and disappeared just as quickly and quietly into the shadows of the wooded area behind the bank. Who was this long-forgotten Confederate soldier? Was it Robert E. Lee or just a local meth head still stuck in his Halloween costume? Either way, he got away with the cash. You gotta respect that. Let's take a look at the surveillance video. Here he is, a Confederate soldier, like he awoke from the grave and dug himself out the tomb, like Return of the Night of the Living Dead, stumbling up to the bank teller. Look, fidgeting with the cash and the documents to make a getaway. He's back. He's in modern society. He picks up the pace a little bit. Look, he got his cane, 6-shoot on the side, straight out the door, picking up the pace. Look, he's going to disappear in the back. Watch him. Look, runs across the back into the shadows of the woods behind the bank. Nobody sees nothing. Is he going back to his tomb? Let's see this one more time. Look, the zombie, awakened, Confederacy, modern times, brains. Look how he stumbles. Brains, more like cash. Here he comes. Look at him. So that surveillance video that you just seen came directly from the surveillance video from Fidelity Bank in Slidell, Louisiana, which is a place that I used to live. And let me tell you something about Slidell, Louisiana. There was no shortage of bank robbers in Slidell. I personally was locked up with at least 3 bank robbers that I knew that committed bank robberies in Slidell and caught prison time for it. I also, over the years, have seen many articles come out on the news about Slidell, Louisiana, and bank robbers. That's right, somebody else robbed a bank in Slidell. They got a lot of armed robbers in Slidell, Louisiana. It's right outside of New Orleans, probably about, I would say it's probably about, from New Orleans east, it's not far. But from downtown New Orleans, it's probably about, 30, 40 minutes away from downtown New Orleans. But I want to read you the article directly from WWL News. It's a local news station. It says, Slidell Police released video surveillance of man disguised with a neck brace and cane during a robbery at Fidelity Bank on Gauze Boulevard. Listen, I'm surprised that in all the cameras footage that we have nowadays and all the pausing and stopping and zooming in, that nobody made the connection that this dude literally looked like a Confederate soldier who was walking into a modern bank. It was uncanny. It's eerie if you really look at it, right? It was brought to my attention by a friend of mine who I saw on his Facebook page. He made a quick little quib about it, a little joke, saying, "Look, a Confederate soldier robs a bank in Slidell." And when you looked in the actual frame footage from the WDSU or WWL News, you can see it literally did make the connection with the hat on. It looks like he's got the cane, like he's walking, like he's Robert E. Lee or somebody. And when it's paused, it looks like this is a Confederate soldier walking out of a Confederate bank, or maybe he's trying to escape the Union Army. I don't know, but that's what it looked like. And he did a good job with making that connection. And I'm going to hopefully get him on my channel eventually, and I'm going to go on his because he does a lot of, content creation. But I don't want to mention his name now because he didn't give me permission. But hopefully, it's something we're going to do in the future. But this is the article. The Slidell Police Department released video of a bank robbery suspect they say was disguised as an injured person and walked with a fake limp. When you see him walking in, that's why I said it kind of looks, it's eerie because it literally looks like he's stumbling like a zombie into the bank. And listen, I'm about to do a reenactment because as y'all know, at the Pen and The Shank, one thing I like to do is collect stuff. And I have a bunch of collectibles in my garage. And look, there's an old Union or Confederate soldier blowing the horn. That's right. Waking up the zombies to go rob banks in Slidell. I'm going to do a reenactment with these in a minute, so bear with me. All right. The police department said the robbery happened shortly before. It was right before 4 p.m. at Fidelity Bank on Gauze, which was kind of crazy and smart, I think, because now with the time change, right, we just finished Halloween and the time change, it gets dark in Louisiana now around 5 o'clock. So this dude did it right before 4. It was in and out. He got in the woods. By the time the cops got there, and you got to know anything about the woods and the swamp, you could disappear. So here it is. Surveillance video from inside the bank shows the alleged suspect entering the bank and appearing to be handicapped or injured as he walks with a fake limp, wearing a neck brace and using a cane, as we saw. Police said the man then, passed a note to the teller, shouted that it was a robbery, and demanded money. "By the state of the Confederacy, we tell you to give us your cash and give it to us now so it can be used for just causes." To standing up, to the Northern Union Army. We will preserve our rights here in the South. Listen, crazy, I know, but I don't know what the lady was thinking, because I'm saying, Brian, that's what he looked like when he was walking in, right? He then fled the bank quickly, walking with a limp and possibly fleeing on a horse. That's right, possibly fleeing on a horse. The dude might have escaped on a horse. Listen, I just told y'all, we're going to do a reenactment. Hold on. Get that bank robber. Or should I say, let's get on out of here, boys. Listen, anyone with information regarding this incident or who noticed anything suspicious can call Crime Stoppers. And that was the article. So I want to give credit to WWL. That's where I got all the information from. And now, for the moment that you've all been waiting for, hold on, I want to show you something. As our suspect makes his escape, dun, 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 dun. Look at that dude. Tell me that dude don't look like the picture of the dude walking out the video. I'm going to put a picture of him right next to it right here. He looks just like the dude. Look at the comparison. All right. So now he's running. He's escaping, right? Whoa. And all of a sudden, he gets on his horse, right? And now he's on his horse and he's escaping. Oh, look, he got his hat. I got out of there, man. I don't know what that was in there, man. Them banks ain't what they used to be before I went into the grave and got shot by a Union soldier. But now, whoo, man, I got away with it. I got a little cash. Wait, this doesn't look like the same cash. Who in the hell's on the dollar bill, man? I don't know if that was at that time. All of a sudden, wait, the sheriff has got to come. Hold on, boy. Slidell Police Department. Who? Slidell Police Department? Hold on. What you riding on that horse for? You look like the suspect we just saw in that Fidelity Bank robbery. I don't know what you talking about. Don't draw for the gun. Boom, 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 boom. Brains. 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 So there you go. You got a reenactment with toy soldiers from the 1960s, 1970s. I'm assuming this when they came out. But really, I mean, in all honesty, this really looks like the dude escaping if you zoom in, doesn't it? I mean, it looks like that guy. It's really crazy how they made that connection. And I'm surprised that a lot of other news channels and, news outlets or YouTubers, TikTokers aren't covering the image of this dude looking like a Confederate soldier who robbed a bank in Louisiana where the Confederacy actually existed, decades and decades ago. It's just some crazy stuff, man. And I hope you enjoyed my reenactment with the soldiers. If you did, give me a like and subscribe and comment below if you would like to see. Listen, I know I got a lot of subscribers who are regular viewers, man. And I want to give y'all something different. Like I said, at the Pen and The Shank, this is the most unusual and unique crime and prison-related experience on YouTube, where nobody else is doing reenactments with toy soldiers on a bank robbery that just happened in 2025. Will they catch this dude? I don't know. I kind of honestly, he didn't harm nobody. In my mind, a crime's a crime, and if he gets caught, he should go to jail for it. But in my mind, I'm like, if old boy gets away with it and they don't catch it, good for him. He pulled off a bank robbery in 2025 with surveillance everywhere and, daylight, snuck away in the woods. He looked like a Confederate soldier when you zoom in and stop it, even though he was wearing, they say he was wearing a jumpsuit with a fanny pack. It was just a way to still image looks. And he had like a, one of them cowboy hats on that was folded down, like old worker hat that you might see in prison. That's right. In the prison fields, you see a lot of dudes wearing straw hats like that. He might have been somebody from prison, but he was quick. The speed that he moved and the efficiency he moved and the way he looked and stumbled, and with all of, nowadays everybody got masks, so they can argue that they're just trying to protect themselves from viruses. So that's what he was doing, trying to protect himself. And he walks in, he hands him a note, and he disappears and gets away with a bank robbery in 2025. Far as I can tell, they still have not caught him. When they got to the scene, like I said, old boy got on his horse, old dead horse probably, and dug back into his grave, never to be seen again. Kind of like the creeper, right? Every 23 years, he's going to show up and rob a bank, a Confederate soldier. This is the whispers of the Confederate Army. Every 23 years, one of our soldiers wakes up to go get us some money so we can buy grain and feed for our horses in the afterlife. I don't know. It's got all the markings for a book, right? Or a story or a movie. I don't know. That's just the crazy stuff that I think about. But I hope I gave you the most unusual and unique story that they had on the internet today when it came to bank robbery, man. Give me a like and subscribe to the Pen and the Shank. Go check out my other videos. And I think you'll like this video right here. Take a look at it. Let's get it.